So hi everybody, it's Craig Wilson from Avid here and welcome to the Avid booth at NAB 2024. I'm delighted to be joined today by Hejar Berenji from the Rudaw Media Network. Hejar, great to see you here. For people who don't know, perhaps tell us a little bit about Rudo and then we'll talk about the show itself.
Sure. Actually, Rudaw is one of the main news organizations in the Middle East, focusing on the Kurdish region, but having digital platforms in different language services. But the main focus is on the Kurdish service that actually tries to become a window from Kurdistan to the whole world and bring a window from the world to Kurdish people in the region. And then this year in the show, we have been coming to the show every year, and every time, to be very honest, NAB is become that place to be the catalyst for the new, embarrassing new technologies and new trends and new ways of engaging more audience and to enrich the engagement and to see how we could actually create better communication and personalization with the audience as well. What I have seen this year, which started a couple years ago, but it's been major this year, is that we see the implementation of AI in most of the solutions. Obviously, the objective of using AI in those solutions is being focusing on three major parts. One is to speed up the process of production and creating customized and personalized content for people. The second is being to achieving more productivity for the people in the media industry. And the third was to create richer environment and hopefully find better content to go with the production and to see, to utilize your archive better. That's another way of putting it into it. Obviously at Avid, I see a lot of implementation of AI, in the recent years, and the recommendation engine and everything else that's going there. We are all excited about it to see how you would actually react in the actual work environment with different requirements that has for each media organization in different regions of the world. And I cannot emphasize this enough that the approach and the requirement of different regions in the world is a bit different than the others. So we might have different objectives coming from Middle East region to the show than our colleagues that they come from North America or Europe to the show. But overall, I think we have seen a huge move for the West in terms of fast channels, ad insertion, working more towards monetization and generating revenues there. For us, on the other side of the world, I think the main takeaways from the show would be, as I said, AI implementation, new tools to be worked on in the region, and to create richer engagement for the audience.
So as you know, Avid ADA is our underpinning framework for all of our AI implementations. How important is it, do you think, that these implementations really assist the user in doing their job, helping them perhaps find more information more easily and create more content, as opposed to it necessarily being something that's creating the content itself?
Look, Craig, it is very important for tech people like us and yourself and everyone in the industry to say, there are tech environments and technologies and little tiny tools that makes us very excited. And we say, oh, wow, that's great. Let's do that. Let's have that in the tools and everything. But we always need to keep that in mind, that how does it enrich the daily life of the people who they actually create the content? If I'm a news organization and I'm working for journalists, then I need to think about the daily journalist needs and daily journalist life, because when they come up with a breaking news or come up with a story, we don't want them to think about the tools as much as we want them to focus on the creativity. So I think all the AI tools and the other tools that would all come into play needs to keep that in mind. If I'm a production company for films and everything, I really need to think about my directors and editors to see what will help them. If I'm in news, I really need to think about my producers and journalists and presenters to see how it enriches their lives. But I definitely think that all those tools coming together will actually push the human race to bring the media limitation and the content limitations and levels and boards are higher and higher and higher. So we're going to be reaching higher standards in any way possible with all those tools.
One of the other things, of course, is I think cautious optimism, but cautious excitement is how a lot of people look at AI just now.
Exactly.
No one really knows ultimately, I think, what it's going to mean. And at Avid, we've taken a stand on responsible AI. We're very clear about the models that we're using and being clear about how things are being implemented. How important do you think it is for the industry about people being transparent about the use of AI?
Thank you very much for bringing that subject up. I think this is of extreme importance because I really think we need to be cautious. I really think that we need to think twice about everything, how we are using it, what we are doing it with it, because I think the line between misusing and better using AI, it's a very tiny line that either we're going to be falling this side or that side, right? So for us in the news and information industry, it is really important to make sure that we are not falling into the trap of fake news and fake information. Just in the recent days with the attack of Iran over Israel, we saw a lot of fake footage or a lot of misleading footage that was actually going around from some mainstream media even. So it is very important. So I really do believe that we need to be cautious. Of course, we need to use the abilities of AI to enrich our abilities, not to go against us, AI. I think Avid is doing a great job for that, like focusing on the content creation and creativity and everything with AI and being more productive for the people who they work in the industry. However, we need to think about ways that we could use the power of AI against misinformation and fake news as well. I think that should be one of our main objectives right now in terms of AI. But the AI subject is of great importance that we need to use it, but we want to make sure that we stay on this side of the line, not the other side.
Hejar, great to see you. Thanks a lot for telling us all your thoughts today. And for everyone who's here, if you're at the show, please come down, find out about Avid and the great work that we're doing around the implementation of AI. If you're not at the show itself, stay tuned to all of the Avid social channels and you can get everything up to date. Thanks a lot for joining us.